Confident or creepy? Feminists confront pickup artists' hot seat. Is this one of the pickup artists or one of the feminists? I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's Kelvin.
I'm Chris Nappy. I'm a dating coach and pickup artist.
All
I'm known to make men less creepy.
Okay.
I understand where the opinion's coming from, but I don't really like the language because it's like objectifying women as like a sexual object.
All right.
I'm like disgusted. I'm like,
Let's
You're
hear
not
it.
entitled to women's attention.
I think he's just trying to sell a product at the end of the day.
Ooh, got him.
This is crazy.
The OG, Vince Kevin. Okay, he has 25 years of experience, almost 59.9 thousand followers on Instagram. A little more credibility if you hit that 69,000 mark. That would have been beautifully perfect. Okay, he's been featured on a bunch of things. Let's go.
Attract and seduce more beautiful women.
All
Learn
right.
how to approach beautiful girls with ease and drive them crazy with attraction.
So that to me just reads as like selling somebody something that like is not going to work. Like you're selling somebody a pipe dream. None of that language is objectifying, but I highly doubt that you're going to be able to actually teach young men to do that. But okay, so far so good.
The art of seduction is critical to your success as a man.
Ooh.
Right now, already what I'm seeing is a lot of toxic masculinity.
What? I don't think so. I think it's just kind of like selling snake oil. I don't see any toxic masculinity really.
The idea that in order to have worth as a man, you have to have some sort of level of sexual conquest, and that drives from a very fragile ego.
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it's not that deep. Sometimes you just want to get it in. I don't know. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't care about
Described
that.
as the king of makeouts. Is that true?
I love making out, you know?
See, right there, beta. You like making out? Beta. No, you don't making out. This is how an interaction goes. Okay? Go to a bar. You pick a girl up. No hugging. No kissing. No eye contact. No nothing. You fuck her, and then you're done. Kissing is gay, dude. What are you talking about? You freaking kiss girls? Oh, my God, dude. Making out with girls? Nah, but for real, you don't kiss. Listen, I'm just going to tell you, from my days when I used to fuck around, you don't kiss any of these girls. You don't kiss them, you don't eat their pussy, bro. I'm sorry. And when you're just doing casual encounters, dude, you're not fucking around with that stuff, dude. What are you doing? When you're with somebody that you will potentially build a future with, that's when you go all in, dude. Okay?
This is crazy.
Okay, wow, it's a lot of kissing.
Prince Kelvin, the king of
Jeez.
makeouts, hands down, over 230 makeouts last year.
230 makeouts? Like, that's not something to brag about. That's weird.
Who's keeping track of makeouts and why?
Yeah,
I wonder if he has trouble feeling his emotions and like he wants that high of making out with girls to feel something in his heart.
All of those makeouts seem consensual, so there isn't much that I can say. If y'all both like it, y'all both do y'all thing.
There you go. That's fair.
Okay, hold it. Your looks are distracting. You gotta at least say hello if you're gonna pass by with such cool looks.
So not for nothing, that's never approached somebody like that. The only reason he's talking like that is because they know that there's a camera on him and he gets to play it off as like, oh guys, I'm doing a thing. Hey guys, I have a popular YouTube channel or whatever. You're on camera. I'm going to be a little bit of an asshole. Be careful of these on the street shit. He's just putting himself out there in a way that makes him look good. He can have 1,000 interactions and then he can choose which one is good. And he can also prompt those people before he has those interactions. That's the problem with these on the street type videos, right? You see those, this is mommy makeout day today. They tell the mommy they want to make out with them for money, right? So like, be careful because this is something that he's probably using to advertise his bullshit of like, oh, I'm the kissing king. I love kissing people. I'm the crazy kissing king. All K's, by the way, guys. I'm a cool guy. I'm the cool, crazy kissing king. You know? So keep that in mind. It's part of this is to like show that he can walk up to anybody confidently and get whatever he wants. But realistically, it's all highly edited. Like shit. It's just meant to sell you like a bullshit product.
okay, that kind of would have got me, honestly. I probably would have stopped. But like,
True.
no.
I really mean it, genuinely. I kind of forgot where I was going. And what are your names? Wait, like a civilized hello. A fast one, though, because I got to
Okay, notice these women's body language. They do not want to talk to him.
How fucking perceptive of you. Notice these women's body language. You mean that they're walking away? Yes. Notice that, like, if a girl starts walking away from you to, like, not, like, the weird thing is it seems like he's almost trying to block one of the girls.
Like a civilized hello. Fast one, though, because I got to run. Genuinely.
Yeah, like if
I
you
kind of
look.
forgot where I was going. And what are your names? Wait, like a civilized hello. A fast one, though.
Yeah, it just feels like he's trying to, like, block her a little bit. Not like that he would grab her, but it seems like he's like, oh, hold on a second.
Okay, notice these women's body language. They do not want to talk to him. It does not matter that he is complimenting them. They're not interested.
How about you just go to a place where people are open to talk to you in the first place? Most people.
There's nothing wrong with approaching people on the street and, like, asking them out on a date, saying, like, hey, you're cute. I found you attractive. Could I get your number? Or here, I'll give you my number so that, like, you don't have to feel like it's creepy. There's nothing wrong with that. That's like traditional dating. But when somebody tries to, like, really disconnect themselves from the situation, you just let them. You don't chase them around like a fucking weirdo.
That are walking on the sidewalk are heading somewhere to do something and don't have the time to talk to some creep. There's multiple ways to meet people, but on the sidewalk, as somebody's heading to their job, or
is he actually behind him, or did they edit it to make it look like that? Because they could do like a cut right here to make it seem like, you know what I mean?
Meeting up with a friend, you're not going to get great results.
We cannot meet people on the street anymore. What is that? Where are we going if we put restrictions to where you can meet people?
This motherfucker looks like a literal male peacock. Like, I think that's the logic there. He makes his hair look like a fucking peacock. It's bright and colorful to attract women.
Think about it.
You can go ahead and continue on to the next clip.
What's my worst date experience? Bro, I'll tell you right now. I went on a date with a girl once to Panera Bread. First of all, I hate Panera. It's actually not that bad now. I've gone with my wife. But anyway, at the time, I went to this Panera Bread. And I met this girl. I think it was on Tinder or something. We went to have something to eat. It was a nice time. It was okay. And then afterwards, I was like, hey, it was connected to a mall. I was like, hey, do you want to, like, walk the mall or do you want to go home? And she's like, oh, I'll walk the mall. So we started walking around the mall. And one part that was a little weird, I didn't think about it till later on, is that we started walking, like, we walked through the mall and then we left the mall and we walked outside of the mall, like, around it. And I guess she felt uncomfortable. And then she's like, pretended she had, like, to go somewhere and, like, feed her dog or something. I was like, oh, okay, bye. And then that was it. It was really weird and uncomfortable and awkward. Yeah. That was it. So maybe she felt, like, a little intimidated. I didn't really think of it like that. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm realizing why she might have wanted to bail on the date earlier. My thing is, like, why, if you didn't like the date, why go on a walk in the mall? But that was really awkward. That was years ago. I was a fucking young man then. Very early 20s or something. So the lesson learned, guys, don't ever walk on the outside of a mall with a girl, because then she'll think that you're trying to kill her behind a dumpster. I just realized that now.
Like a bouncer for a club or something. It's Club Melanie. I've been wanting to come into Club Melanie forever. You guys never let me in.
Ew, what the fuck? He's fucking touching her, dude. You just met this girl. Don't put your hands on her, you fucking creep.
Coming in, even if I have to use force. Melanie, today I'm entering your club.
Okay,
Dude, that was super fucking creepy, bro. Holy fuck.
first of all, if I was her, I probably would have not entertained all of that.
If I was her, I'd pull my fucking pepper spray out and start shooting. Holy fuck.
To me, it was kind of obvious that she wasn't really trying to talk. So I feel like, you don't have to push.
Well, we don't even know if she wanted to talk, because the first thing he did was touch her. So that's instantly like a fucking put off. He's like, Melody Club Melody. I would force myself into this club. I will fucking rape you. That's what it communicates to me, dude. Sorry for being trigger warning. But that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, holy shit.
Shit at that point.
I will get in this club by force. Oh, I'm gonna.
Even if I have to use force.
What are you doing? Can't be doing that, brother.
I probably would have not entertained all of that. To me, it was kind of obvious that she wasn't really trying to talk. So I feel like, you don't have to push it at that point. Yeah, I don't like unconsensual touching. I hate when guys touch me.
You're not entitled to women's attention.
I just don't like this girl. I like the last girl. She's speaking facts. I don't like the way this girl talks. I don't know. Sorry. It's just me.
Why do you think she said no thank you so politely?
Because a lot of women are afraid to be aggressive or assertive when stating no.
That could be true. Maybe she's just a nice person, but you have every right. Like, if somebody did to my wife, I know she'd go off like a fucking bomb, and she'd start like, don't fucking touch me. She'll give people shit. My wife is a fucking pistol, dude. This is funny. The other day, I told this on stream when I was playing God of War, but my wife came home and she's like, I was just at the restaurant. I think she got us Taco Bell. I'm based. And an old guy walked in to get his Uber Eats order, like he was an Uber Eats driver or whatever that is, whatever it's called, Uber Eats, I think it is, or DoorDash. I think it was DoorDash. It doesn't matter. And he's like, "Hello," and then he was like yelling. He's like, where, I need my order for such and such." So they gave it to him, and then he's like, "Oh, about time." Sitting here the whole time, like being rude, whatever. So he's just being like an asshole, like being a real rude dick, like, "Oh, it took you guys so long," kind of a thing, and like yelling. So as he's walking out, my wife goes, "Wow, that guy was a real fucking asshole." So then he had to come back in to get another order, and this time, instead of coming in and announcing himself in a very aggressive way, he was like very quiet, and he walked up to the counter and he was like, "I need to order." So it's very funny. My wife bitched this fucking old guy out. And she was like, "Listen, you can be miserable as you want being a fucking DoorDash driver at 50, which, hey, listen, unfortunate, but don't be an asshole to the fucking, the kids working behind the counter." So.
Because, again, men have a habit of kind of assaulting us for not being polite enough.
Maybe. Possibly happens sometimes.
By the way, something smells real good here. What
seemed like a little disproportionate response, but okay.
is it? Is it your hair?
Ew.
It's not your hair. It's right here. Something like right there. Let me see.
Too much.
Oh my God, he's in her face.
Normally, when I do that routine, then I go like, "But rest assured, I won't bite you because I'm a vegetarian vampire." The most I will do is this, but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm like disgusted.
Oh, dude, holy fuck. This guy's actually creepy as fuck. This guy's like really uncomfortable. Holy shit. I think it looked like he was at his seminar and he pulled a girl on stage and did that routine. She is so uncomfortable. Oh my God. He just walked up to us. "Hey, how's your hair smell?" "Oh, I'm a vegetarian. I'm not going to bite you. I'm just going to give you a kiss on the fucking neck." Okay.
Disgusted. I'm like
How often does this work? Like,
crawling.
there's no way.
Don't do that. Do not invade their personal space without their consent. Don't touch people without their consent.
Like he's
True.
making it seem like, "Oh, this is the way you can get girls if you like act like me," but she clearly looks like, obviously, like irritated.
Not for nothing, but if he wasn't 5'2", this would not work for any girl. Because look at this guy. I'm not trying to make fun of this short king here. Short kings, I get. But if you could, imagine telling, "Hey, 6'4", fucking Papa Gut, bearded Giga Chad, walk up to a girl and smell her hair and then fucking kiss her neck." All right, they will call the police on me. I have to be and this is unironic. This is actually serious. I have to be very careful the way that I present myself in public. I don't get the opportunity to be. I don't in public spaces. I don't get the opportunity to do the same things other people do. When I don't people will bump into other people all the time on the street. They'll bump into me all the time on the street. I cannot bump into people because I will put you unintentionally on the ground just by bumping into you. I have to be super aware of how I'm walking, the way that I'm walking. It's just the same thing effectively. Try not to stare at people because if I look at somebody and they get the wrong fucking glance, it makes them uncomfortable. I don't want to make people uncomfortable. So this is advice for children, little babies on the street. I don't know what to tell you. You can't give people that fucking advice. That's insane.
I'm like disgusted. I'm like crawling.
True.
Don't do that. Do not invade their personal space without their consent. Don't touch people without their consent.
Like he's making it seem like, "Oh, this is the way you can get girls if you act like me," but she clearly looks like, obviously, irritated. She looks uncomfortable. I feel bad for her, honestly, at this moment.
I like myself, 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 because I'm sexy, because I'm sexy, because I'm sexy, and sexy women grab my sexy women grab my
Okay, so this is an exercise in confidence. He somehow made it really creepy. I mean, the fact that you're dancing in a room with a bunch of fucking I guess guys who have struggled with women, let's say. That's not common sense. It is weird, but I get it. I'm a sexy guy. I'm confident. I look good. Okay, the cock thing is a little weird, but I get this is an exercise in confidence. I won't give him too much shit on this.
It's nice. He's uplifting his male community. I mean, that's basically. I can't really say anything else. It just seems so sleazy.
If they do that every morning, they feel confident. All power to them, to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Does that one get approval from you?
I get approval. Minus the.
Just don't do that dance in front of a woman. That'll be weird. But outside of that, he's just trying to teach men to be confident. Fundamentally, I understand that's very necessary. You need to be confident because you're gonna get rejected a lot. You need to learn to be able to move through that rejection.
That thing. But everything else, I respect it. I guess it's cool that you're trying to help people. I think that is very nice and kind from the heart.
Would you be open to meeting Vince today face to face?
Sure, fuck it.
I'm good, thank you.
Not really. I don't think we'd have a ton in common.
I'm moved, saddened, not really surprised. Surprised.
Oh, dude, it's like fucking meeting it for the first time. Holy shit, Pennywise the fucking clown, dude. That's fucking crazy. That scares me, dude.
Surprise. Hello.
Oh my god, imagine, dude, this guy's fucking crazy.
It's nice to meet you.
Likewise, you comfortable with touch?
Only my hand.
He's learning. He thinks that he's fucking nay-naying on these girls by asking them. He's like, are you comfortable if I can touch you? Because you told me I needed to ask for consent. But you're doing what you're supposed to do. Now, when it comes to a handshake, you don't have to be explicit about are you comfortable with touch. You put your hand out for a handshake. It's a very customary thing. But hopefully he just doesn't go for like her tits next. Like, oh, are you comfortable with touch? Yes. Boob. Hopefully he doesn't do that.
Hands.
Only
yes,
the hands.
Yeah.
I think we're in a day and age where you ask first. And yeah, the video,
Yes.
it's out of context. You know,
Yeah, 100%.
we got to know that it's out of context, meaning we don't
But
see
I
what
have
happened
seen your other
before or
videos,
after.
though.
You have.
Yeah, you don't see the part where he pays them to be in the uncomfortable situation to make it seem like he's successfully hitting on them.
I have, yes. As far as some of the dating techniques, it's important to respect each other as people. And I feel like some of the things that you were doing maybe make people uncomfortable, especially as a woman. You don't know when, you know, if I deny this man, if that's going to be the man that tries to hurt me, you know?
True.
So
True.
It's not always easy to just tell a guy, hey, you're making me uncomfortable.
I lived in Vegas when I was younger.
That's fair.
And I was actually approached by a pickup artist, and he tried to touch me as a 13-year-old.
I come from the place of making men more aware of abundance. A guy is talking to you and he does something that makes you uncomfortable right away because he knows there's more available. He's good with that. So
What the problem is like I don't take what he's saying is not demonstrated correctly. He's trying to say that he teaches men to, if a girl's not interested, to just move on. And he might say that. The problem is that these one-on-ones can be very like difficult to navigate. First of all, if you have to teach a group of men how to interact with women, they probably don't understand how to pick up any social cues from these women. So they're not going to be able to pick up if these girls are uncomfortable because they're fucking stupid. Secondly, in some of your approaches, you're being very aggressive when it's very clear they don't want to be with you, like the blocking of the arm on the person. I don't think this guy would try to hurt a girl, but like, yeah, some of these girls might feel like if a dude's putting their hand in front of you and like, there's a good chance that this girl might be like, this motherfucker's not going to leave me alone. I got to do something. You know, so I can respect that, but like it's more about you have to lead the way as a man and as somebody with like really as a man, but as somebody who has like a physical power dynamic over these women. You need to create the atmosphere of comfortability with the woman when it comes to approaching a girl. You can approach a girl on the street. You could say, "Hey, what's up?" Personally, I'm a very blunt person. I don't know what's going to work for everybody. If I was approaching a girl on the street, I might walk up to them and say like, "Hey, listen, I found you really attractive." Like, you know, and if it's just some random encounter, like here's my number. I'll write it down for them. Call me or whatever. This way I give them the number, and they don't like feel uncomfortable to give me their number. Or you ask them out, like maybe we can get dinner sometime. Maybe we can take you out to get like a drink or something. You know, whatever. You know, you can do shit like that. But like, you don't go like this, and you don't go like, when I first talk to a girl, I like to approach her, and I like to say, I love your hair. I'm a vegetarian, and then bite her on the neck. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird shit.
I'm making them gentlemen.
I think it's disgusting, but if I think a lot of men and people out there need help, so I guess it's a good thing that you guys are helping them, but you just gotta,
He's not really
not cross boundaries.
A lot of it is due to a misconception. A lot of people go, oh, that girl is uncomfortable. The girl at the end of the free presentation hired me. She became one of my top trainers. So there's a lot of...
Wait, what does that mean? She hired you and became one of your top trainers. What does that mean?
Free presentation hired me. She became one of my top trainers. So
it sounds like you hired her. No? I'm confused.
There's a lot of assumptions.
Well, she was visibly uncomfortable with you doing that, so. Do you think men who are raised mainly by their mother tend to be more feminine and vice versa? So, I mean, I can't say yes because I was raised by a single mother. And I'm a pretty masculine guy. My mother was also been masculine too. Maybe that stereotype comes from gay kids. Just so you know, like that stereotype comes from like gay kids. So, they'll be like, "Oh, that kid was too close to their mother when they were growing up. That's why they're gay." When when a lot of instances it turns out like young kids they kind of know they're gay when they're younger. They tend to be more feminine, gay boys rather, and they gravitate towards more feminine things like their mother and shit. I don't think that I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that you should have two strong parental figures in your life. I think you should always have like a male and a female figure in your life to really round you out. So, interesting question. A little irrelevant, but...
I'm Confidence Chris on TikTok. The reason I think I give good dating advice is because I know what the toxic guy thinks.
He's
I'm Confidence Chris on TikTok.
All right. Verified 1.1 mil. Confidence Chris. All right.
The reason I think I give good dating advice is because I know what the toxic guy thinks, because I have been that guy.
Okay.
What's your opinion on feminists?
You know, I like to think I'm a feminist. I f with.
There you go. He's a predator. No, just kidding. But dude, not for nothing. Every single time I've heard any man ever say that they're a fucking feminist, it's a red motherfucking flag. I can't tell you how many times I've heard men say that they're feminists and then like use that to get like closer to women. All right. Maybe that's not this guy, but I personally, I'm explaining my bias. I red flag when somebody says they are a fucking feminist, bro. I can't do it. But okay. Red flag number 1 here. Okay.
Feminism.
Confidence Chris.
You know, I like to think I'm a feminist. I f with feminism.
Okay.
Confidence
in what way? Because I think that some feminism like goes too far. It's like any other activist group where it goes from building up the group that it's advocating for, in this case women, and turns to shitting on the alternative group, which is men. I think some feminism nowadays focuses too much on shitting on men rather than building up women. It happens in like the manosphere as well. It happens in a lot of different spheres. That's my issue with feminism.
Chris, it's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear.
All right, let's see.
Okay. You can schedule a phone call with him for an hour for $250.
Jesus. You guys be real desperate for that.
All right, I know this one's gonna be bad because it's a podcast, and men and podcasts don't go well together.
It's men and podcasts are fine, but it's funny because like everybody thinks that they can have a podcast now, and it's always like it's always like usually disproportionately men who think that they can have a podcast. It's so weird. I know I'm a man, but every random fucking person has a podcast now. But okay.
To be honest.
As a girl, you be with whoever the fuck you want to be, right? There should be guys in life that you're like, you know, I fuck with you, but realistically, you're not that cool, and I'm down to just fuck you. I don't think you should hold back. I honestly don't think you should hold back if you want to fuck a guy because he's hot and he doesn't have anything else going on for him.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I guess maybe he's right. Maybe he's a feminist. He's just saying the same thing with the guys do to girls. Like, you know, they should be girls who are just cool with fucking dudes. Now, I don't know if that really plays to the female experience. I don't think that girls, because that suggests to me that he's saying like, hey, girls should be able to be in a space where they just have casual sex too, and that's a respectable take. I don't know that women have desire that the same way that men do. I think women are a little different when it comes to their sexual encounters. But that advocation is perfectly reasonable. There's nothing wrong with what he said.
I understand where the opinion's coming from, but I don't really like the language because it's like objectifying women as like a sexual object.
How?
Just like I wouldn't talk about a man like that.
Like what? What are they showing her that's different from what we just heard?
There's nothing wrong with wanting to f somebody just because you want to f them. You don't have to always be looking for a relationship, and that goes for men and women.
Yeah, what did she say that?
It sounds stupid, but kind of look at them as if it was like you're just your home. You know what I mean? It's like you're talking to somebody, and it's like, okay, like we're just having a regular ass conversation.
Yeah.
Treating them as if you've known them for almost a really long time, not being afraid to just talk to them like they're a normal person. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that's a little weird there is like if you treat somebody you've never met before like you knew them, that might be a little bizarre. But like fundamentally, he's just telling people to treat women like people. So this guy seems fine so far.
Yes, a friend. Yeah. Look at her like she's an ugly chick.
All right, that's where it gets. It's kind of that you shouldn't. It's rude. But it sounds like a rude joke. Just look at them like they're an ugly person. Like it's.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
A friend.
Yes, a friend. Yeah. Look at her like she's an ugly chick.
Yeah, look at her like she's an ugly chick. The joke. It's supposed to be like, oh, that. The joke is that you're not that you aren't interested enough in ugly chicks to hit on them. So if you look at them like an ugly chick, you'll treat them like a normal person instead of like a fucking sex object. It's a little bit of an edgy joke. Yeah, it might be problematic if he actually, I don't know, if he actually believes it. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. It's not great. It's just kind of a funny joke, I think. But the advice was pretty solid, okay? And listen, it was weird. I don't think it went from great advice to sexist because women treat ugly men the same way that, like, do the same thing. Like, if a woman thinks a man is ugly, if I walk up, let's say, okay, those women on the street, if I walk up to this girl and I'm like a fucking smoke show guy, and I hit on them, they're going to be like, oh my God, this guy was so hot. If I walk up to a girl and I'm a fucking animal, I look like a fucking disgusting animal, all of a sudden I'm a predator, right? Like women do the same fucking shit as men do. They treat ugly men differently from men that they find attractive. Everybody does that shit all around, okay? The advice is a little mean, I guess, but it's just like a joke. I don't think it's that big of a deal. The advice was decent. The joke was edgy. Who cares? I don't think it's that deep.
You had me until the end. Promoting confidence in people, that's great, but like talk to everybody as if they're a friend. They don't need to be an ugly person to talk to them with kindness and understanding. Like just get to know people. That's all you have to do at the end of the day.
It's a fine criticism. I just think he was kidding.
What would you think if I told you that most of his audience is women?
I think. I mean, I can see why.
Ooh, he's hot.
He's attractive.
Ooh.
Let's go for our biggest icks for girls. It's hygiene.
Okay.
That's fair. Okay, so far so good. Hygiene is the biggest ick for girls. Like,
he's attractive.
All right, let's go for our biggest icks for girls.
Oh, wait. But is he saying that these are the biggest icks that girls have for guys, or reverse? Either way, it's fine.
It's hygiene.
Okay.
Okay, one ick I have is when men use the word ick, okay? That's a girl thing. That's for the girls. I'm sorry. Okay, continuing.
All right. I was with this girl on the fucking Peacock guy, but now she's just a little annoying.
You know, no one loves a smelly coochie. You're not a bad You just a regular white girl from a small white town.
I like this guy.
Did you really just say smelly coochie?
Sorry? The BBL's gotta go. That shelf is looking a little sus. You tell me...
Bro,
come on.
True. No, he's speaking fucking facts, dude. Girls, you don't need to get that BBL. Just build your body the way that you love it and are confident with, okay? You don't need to be getting fake shit. You want to know why? When you're 60, 70 years old in the fucking group home and the nursing home with a BBL, that thing's going to be soggy and fucking full of doo-doo. Don't get the BBL, dude. I like that. BBLs, the existence of plastic surgery being an option for people a lot of times are because of like the negative like societal beauty standards like hurting women and making them feel like less than, and which hurts. I think societal beauty standards hurt women more than men, but there are ones for men as well. I don't like a BBL either, dude. You know, I think that one's fine.
Okay. I'm personally not really for the BBLs, but if they're making women, if women want to do that and want to look that way, then it's not really up to like this person, like, this guy, to decide that it's
Who
in or out.
cares? It's
I mean,
fine.
tribal tattoos are out. And
no, they're not. You'd let this guy fucking rail you to death. Are you kidding me? You just said so.
He still has these.
Tribal tattoos are okay, but in that guy's defense, tribal tattoos are the infinity sign or the hummingbird, like for women basically. Like, you know how women are like, oh, what are you gonna get? Oh, maybe like an infinity sign or a flower or a hummingbird on my wrist or behind my ear or on my ankle. Tribal tattoos are that for men. So we need to talk about that more. We need to understand that a little bit more.
Moving on.
Okay, do not give away your access for cheap.
What does that mean?
Feminists.
You hold your access. You really want a guy to like you a lot, you make it hard.
Yeah.
Think about the feeling you have when you hike a small mountain. You're like, all right, I don't care. But like, think about the feeling you would have if you climbed Mount Everest. Now, imagine the same thing about the way a guy was trying to go after you. If you make it Mount Everest, they're going to appreciate you a lot more.
I see.
This is good advice. It's good advice. He's telling women to be withholding of sex. Most of these manosphere guys will tell women that they're fucking manipulative for not having sex with them on the first date. This guy's like, that's a like, listen, first of all, if you're a woman, you don't have to withhold sex if you don't want to. But what he's saying is like, hey, like make it something special and the guy will respect you more. He's not wrong. Like, will be what happens. He was just going on before talking about how women should be able to engage in casual sex. So very clearly, he doesn't think that women should all just be like fucking bundled up. Like, he's just talking about how like men will respect you more if you withhold sex for a period of time. He's 100% correct. Men will respect you more if you make them earn it. Like, that's the reality. If you want to go around and fuck around and do casual sex, go for it. But when you're easy, like, people tend to women respect men less that are easy as well. Like, let's not pretend that doesn't happen. He seems like he's totally right in this logic here.
The logic, you know, but I think everyone is different. It's all a case-to-case thing.
Nah, you're just telling you right now that like a man will respect you more if you wait a little bit to have sex with them. Wait till like the third, fourth date. It's not a bad idea.
Not agree with that at all. I feel like this kind of
you're just wrong.
is insidious.
No, it's not.
Its impacts because it's saying to women like, oh, you know, make things harder. But what that message sends to men is, oh, it's not that she isn't interested in me. That no didn't really mean no. That no actually meant try harder.
No, that's not what that communicates at all. That's such a drastic reach. You're just finding a reason to dislike this guy. All he's saying is that a man will respect you more if you have him wait for sex. He's not saying there's in no way an advocation to men to fucking rape women. That's what you're trying to say, is that like what he said, it has the outcome of him wanting to rape women. Like, that's not going to happen. You're fucking unhinged with that one. That's bullshit.
And that's a lot more dangerous than
no, shut up. You're so full
Chris,
of shit.
I think you might just be a little young. I don't know how old you are, but
he looks like
some
he's
of these
30.
things, like don't give away your access for cheap. They just feel kind
He's
of like you have blinders on and you're
right.
only thinking from your point of view.
He's 100% right, dude.
There's like so many point of views.
He's 100%
Would you be open to
right.
meeting Chris today and talking to him?
Dude, this Chris guy is like 1,000% correct in like every way. What are we talking about?
Sure. I'd give it a shot.
Hey,
nice to meet you.
what's going on?
Hi.
Dude, this is like the first pickup artist, like manosphere guy that I haven't like thought was a scumbag. Like he's fucking normal. He's a normal dude.
Chris.
You'd be taller.
Thanks. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
That just seems like a weird way to try to like insult him. Okay.
Hello, short king.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, you give me a hug.
Yeah, what's with all the body shaming on this guy? What the fuck? He was first of all, this dude was listen. This guy was completely respectful in every capacity in all of the messages that he sent out, and people are still fucking shaming him. They're shaming him more for being short than the fucking creep that was like touching girls non-consensually on the street that looked like a fucking peacock. Why are they treating him like worse? What the fuck? This is so weird. This is gross.
Oh my god.
I know you only saw a handful of the videos, but
I think I've actually seen your stuff on TikTok. That's why I think I was confused, because I've seen stuff on like your other stuff on TikTok that actually gave really solid advice.
I think that's the issue though, is that like a lot of people do see these like quick things, they make 1 second judgment, and then they're just like, this guy.
Well, be aware that you're putting those quick things out. So if people are getting the wrong idea about you, it's because you're putting the idea out there. So you can't really rely on that. But what you put out there wasn't that bad. Like, it really wasn't bad at all. I thought it was solid advice.
I mean, that's a problem with the internet.
Would you say that any of my videos, I think you said one of them was insidious?
Not intentionally insidious, but I do think it has the potential to bring the wrong message to the wrong people.
Gotcha.
Which is what I'm saying, like, because like I don't think you come from a bad place.
No.
Wait, hold on. The word insidious, proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects. I feel like being insidious is an intentional thing. No, I feel like this is like you're intentionally trying to be like being insidious is like intentional. No. What's an insidious person? Stealthy, subtle, cunning, or treacherous? You can't. How are you? You can't be unintentionally insidious. What?
Strike me as one of those bad dudes who's like, red pill. Like, you're not one of those guys.
That's not my vibe.
It just seems like there might be a little bit of blinders on.
Yeah, you're just like you're not an intelligent woman. I'm sorry, but like you're just wrong about like what he said. There was nothing insidious about what he was saying
in certain areas.
That's fair. I mean,
sorry, you're not a dumb woman. You're a dumb person. You just happen to be a woman. Sorry. You're a dumb person. The fact that you're a woman has nothing to do with it. You're just an idiot in general, thinking that it was insidious for him to tell women that it's okay to be with like withholding of sex. The word withholding isn't even good. It's just like wait a little bit to have sex with a guy and he'll respect you more. That is literally like advice from your fucking dad. It's 1,000% true. It's 1,000% true. He's 100% correct.
I feel like I hear a lot of these comments like online, but then just like hearing it from people directly is just a different experience. You're like, that's not what I intended. I think hearing all those different perspectives, like honestly, in a weird way, helps me like think about or make the content I make, because I'm like, what I'm saying is not necessarily what they're picking up, to be honest.
Well, some of them are just dumb. So
actually, no, that's my new thing, is that I'm trying to like date a girl that's like 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, yo, can you get that like box of Cheerios for me? And like handle my business too. Be like, yeah.
All right, crazy. They're like the same height. Why was he calling him short? Anyway,
that guy's bothering me.
This guy's bothering me. Get out of here.
See, he touched him. He touched him non-consensually. Look at this.
Business too, but like, yeah, that guy's bothering me.
This guy's bothering me.
Yeah.
See, look at that. He touched him. He's doing. I'm half joking around, but like I'm half serious. Like that motherfucker touched him. Like he did the same thing that the dating coach guy from the first one that we all criticized was doing. Okay, listen. Hold the same standard to women and gay men too. And like lesbian women, all people. Hold the standard to everybody, not just fucking straight men to women, gay men to fucking men, to other men as well. Okay, I've been in the space where I've had a gay guy touch me and I didn't fucking like it. Okay, this shit happens. Okay, just because it's 2 men doesn't mean that you don't have any more fucking autonomy. The only difference is I can fight back if another guy touches me, usually, because I'm obviously a big, strong guy. That's the only thing. The physical dynamic may not necessarily exist there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, the idea of like, well, it's okay for a guy to touch another guy because it's a guy, he can defend himself. It's not about, I shouldn't have to fucking defend myself. We live in, this is fucking 2022, you fucking psychopath. Okay, I shouldn't have to defend myself. I shouldn't have to threaten to break somebody's fucking hand for them to not touch me on my genitals. Okay, I'm just saying, dude. All right, realistically speaking, you shouldn't touch people without like I'm just saying, hold the same energy. I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying, bro. Okay, I understand though that like girls will touch a guy like, oh, you're so silly, and touch the guy on the shoulder, you know, as like a flirting technique. I know it's a little more complicated than I'm portraying it. I'm just saying. Okay. That was a cool video, though. Happy I watched that.
I want Papa Gut to pee on my face, but just as a friend. There's nothing weird about that. I want him to pee on my face.